Hey guys, Kevin here. Thought that I would share something with you guys that might be of value to you. There's a course that I was working on making with a while back with a method that we've created called the automated salesman. And one of the tenets of this method is that there are four types of sales. And I figured this might be a cool thing to go over with you guys and get your thoughts on it, but also just maybe there'll be some aha moments for you as far as um, some of the things that might be working or not working in your business. So the first thing in the four types of sales, or this little illustration is, over here, I'm going to go over what they are and then what they lead to over here and sort of the big idea behind it. So the first kind of sale that happens is the uninformed sale. And there's lots of different, especially if you've sold at volume, there's different ways that this happens. The bait and switch sale, this is blind copy type stuff. This happens a lot in the business opportunity niche where the person thinks they're buying one thing and then they end up, finding out that it's something completely different. That's, an uninformed customer. They think that they're getting something and they're getting something completely different, or the thing is not as good as they thought it was, or so on and so forth, right? The bully sale, I call it the bully sale. It's not necessarily that you're bullying them, but it's that your sales ability, this is for appointment. So the bait and switch can be for anything, right? It can be appointments. It could be webinar. It could be, just a sales letter. You can bait and switch somebody and lie to them and fool them in almost any way. The bully sale is generally an appointment funnel type process where you are on the phone with them and you have such good sales ability that you talk them into buying something that is not a right fit for them, because they are buying it more based on your strength of personality than they are on their want, need, and education having to do with the thing. So, for instance, you could be very charismatic in multiple ways. You could be a trained closer, etc., and you can get them to sign on the line which is dotted, as they say in Glengarry Glen Ross. So you get them to sign, but then they have buyer's remorse, right? So that's another one. Selling hot. What selling hot is this is promising them everything in the world to get them to say yes. And so because they're not warm enough, they haven't consumed enough about you, and they haven't made up their own internally, made up their mind internally to buy. You put your finger on the scale and say, I'll do this, this, and this. To get you to over the line to buy. The fourth one here is an impulse buy, which, those aren't bad if it's a low ticket thing. Impulse buys low ticket, as long as it matches up, is not necessarily bad. But if it's an impulse buy on high ticket, then, that can be mid to high ticket, that can be bad. Fraud and dishonest intent, that's pretty self-explanatory. And then the last group of people that are uninformed sales are just nut jobs. You have weird people out there who buy stuff and are just crazy as the shithouse rat, as they say in the South. So what you get from all this is you get angry clients, you get difficult clients. It puts a strain on your delivery, and it creates a thing that I call phantom revenue. You think that you have this revenue in your business, but it always ends up not sticking with you, either through chargebacks, refunds, or lost profitability based on the time that you have to spend appeasing these clients. So you end up without the actual reward for selling them. So uninformed sales, as you can imagine, are not recommended. They're not the best. So then the next sale that happens is the emergency sale. And this is a sale where there is some sort of external catalyst that is creating the sale. And so the best example I can give you is if you are in a business, like say you're a plumber and somebody's toilet is overflowing and they've got, like a very stinky situation in their house, then they're going to call the plumber, and whoever can come right now is going to get the deal. And so in the emergency sale, speed and quick follow-up is the name of the game. And so if you answer your phone and you're able to get somebody out there quickly, then you are going to win the deal. Availability right now, 24/7. It's not applicable to every business model, but applies to more than you would think. I can give you an example of the emergency sale that happens in my world. I get people who message us every month who have lost their Facebook ads account and are willing to pay our fees now that they have no ability to advertise. And like sometimes it's people that reached out to us originally, a year earlier, 6 months or whatever, and they find out our price and they're like, oh, well, usually they say, okay, I'll think about it. And then they never come back, which is fine with me because that means I don't have to talk to them anymore. But then they come to us when they have lost everything and they want us to be the miracle worker, right? And to, fix their business or whatever, right? So the challenge with the emergency sale is that it is not predictable, okay? And then for your business, there's a few things that it does. Number one, these are often short-term clients. Are they really loyal to you? You can create loyalty with these clients by giving them great service when they need you most, right? But it definitely creates a strain on your delivery system if you are trying to build a consistent business. You have to like having the ability to go out and drop these clients generally need you to drop everything and give them attention right then, which means that if you have a business where you are trying to build an assembly line type process, it breaks your process. And then the last thing obviously is this revenue is unpredictable. You know, it can be a typhoon of stuff if something like Facebook decides to start shutting everybody down, but it's a very challenging business model staffing wise because of the unpredictable nature of it and the way it works. Okay, so then the third type of sale, and this is the one that a lot of businesses that are successful depend on and have built their business around, and it is the sort of classic deal. And so this is the education sale. So the good things about the education sale is it's very predictable because you can take people through a process, and then they get to the end of the process and are usually warmed up to the point where they can make an educated buying decision. They are investigating solutions and approaches and build up a comfort level with your offerings and you as a provider, right? It's the old know, like, and trust idea. It takes time to take people through this process. Usually there's multiple engagements with you, whether it's automated or with your team, etc. So, what this education sale creates is you're able to have higher prices, your connection with the prospect is higher and your credibility is higher. And ultimately, the two ways that this happens these days are either what I call self-education, or someone has a process in place. Okay. So self-education is like um, I find you and stalk you and find out that you are a worthy person. And I'll give you an example of that. There's a guy named Miles who saw one of my YouTube videos that I threw up. Like, I don't know when I did it. I was just doing it honestly. I don't have a process for it. I need to actually put someone else in charge of it so that there is a process. But because I've got like a backlog of thousands, well, hundreds at least of these videos. But Miles found the video and realized, hey, this guy's a smart guy, and sort of stalked me to find a way to give me money, right? So that's one way. The other way is to have a process where people can discover you and then go deeper and so on and so forth, right? So what you get with these are backbone clients. The loyalty of these clients is up because they are because they have sort of intrinsically made this decision that they want to do business with you. Then they are going to do the things to back up that decision. So their loyalty is going to be higher. It creates predictable delivery for your business. It creates predictable revenue for your business. The only negative thing about the education sale is that the cost of acquisition of a client going through this process is higher than the cost of some of the other ways that is out there. In other words, this is the most expensive um, uh, cost of acquisition that you have, and this is the thing that people always buck against because like for a coaching sale or whatever, many times it costs several $1,000s to acquire a customer this way. And people they always want to bring that COA down. But the flip side of it is that the LTV of these customers is usually really, really big. So that's the good side of it. And then the last type of sale is the order taking sale. And this is the one that everybody wants, right? It's the usually like a referral. It's people that have gotten to the end of the process and are ready. They're ready with card in hand, ready to buy your thing, right? And usually there's like a few ways that people get into this order taking mode. They are either like referrals from one of your really um, uh, like raving fan type clients. Like there are different levels of referrals, right? There's the person who says, oh yeah, this guy's a good guy, or then there's the person that sells you to them, right? And so when you get a strong referral from someone who really believes in your service or your product, then the people who have been on the other side of that strong referral are often lay down sales. Self-educators, like I said, Miles is an example. I'm an example of that. I am a self-educator. If I find your thing, I'll never ask you a pre-sale question. I usually either figure it out myself and buy, or figure it out myself and don't buy, right? People that are solution aware and then find you as one of the possible providers of that solution, and then they actually become self-educators and decide that they want to do it. Another order taker usually is repeat customers. So somebody's bought something from you and has had a good experience or has had success or what have you. When you offer something else, they buy because the trust is there. They know what the experience was like, the credibility, all the stuff. So they become repeat customers. Your quick buyers, your 1% of the market that is they're quick decision makers. Again, I'm like that. I generally, if I'm looking for something or thinking about something and I see something that works, I will make up my mind quickly and buy it, right? And then lay down sales. That's kind of what all these guys are. So that gives you the idea. So again, these are very much like the same thing as the education clients. These are backbone type clients. They have built-in loyalty, predictable delivery. This is oftentimes the cheapest cost of acquisition, but the challenge is that it's unpredictable revenue. It's hard to run your business just off of order taking sales, right? And so the challenge, if you will, is to automate as much of the process as you can for your education sale customer and turn them as close as possible to an order taking sale. And that's why, depending on the price point of the thing, different methods like long form webinars and stuff like that have been used to get people to educate people all the way to the end to where they're ready to just place an order versus having to be sold more, right? And so the power of this is if you can put the process in place to allow the person to self-educate through your process, then you can move them from, say, like in a football analogy, if they know nothing about you, then the ball, like say you've got a salesperson and you are saying, hey, talk to Jim here. We need to sell him, our $10,000 widget, and Jim doesn't know that he needs the widget, and he doesn't know that there's a problem in his business and all this sort of stuff. He might be like on the 1 yard line and you've got to move him 99 yards. If he knows that he needs that he's got a problem in his business and so on and so forth, then maybe, that's getting it on the 20-yard line. If he knows he's got a problem in the business and he knows that this is the solution that he needs, but he doesn't know about you, then maybe that's like the 40-yard line. And then if he knows that he needs it and he knows that he's got a problem, that he needs something, and that you're one of the providers, then maybe that's the other 40-yard line. And then if he knows that he's got a problem, he needs this solution, and that you're the best provider for it, then that's maybe the 20-yard line. And then if maybe he knows that he's got a problem, that he needs this solution, that you're the best provider, and he understands your process, then maybe you're getting the ball on the 5-yard line and your salesperson just has to punch it in because he understands, okay, he understands all these elements that need to be covered in the education process so that the sale is made so much easier. And so the automated salesman idea that I was working on is creating this through multiple different touch points and stuff, this ability to take someone from not knowing they have a problem all the way through to making those decisions. And so in other words, like anything, the challenge is the difficulty with any sort of business process is the more that it relies upon human interaction, the more variables there are involved, like is the person having a bad day, all these sort of things. And so anyways, this is the 4 different kinds of sales that I see happening in the market. I'm open to there being others, but for most businesses that we sell digital products and services and solutions, this seems to be pretty much it. So give me your thoughts in the comments, and hope this helps in some way. Talk soon. Bye.